Sometimes the woods don't give back what they take. In the small, unassuming town of Havenwood, nestled deep in the Pacific Northwest, this wasn't just a saying. It was a chilling reality. A truth that settled like persistent fog over towering Douglas firs. On a night when the rain seemed determined to wash the world clean, it instead swept away a piece of the town's heart. A young woman, barely on the cusp of adulthood, walked toward the edge of the forest. And then, she was simply gone, as if the trees had opened their arms and swallowed her whole, leaving behind only the sound of falling rain and a question that would echo for years. Her name was Alara Vance. She was 18. She had a smile that could light the dimmest corners, and often did, in Havenwood's only diner. Alara was not the type to vanish. Predictable, grounded, a creature of habit, simple joys. Her life followed a well-trodden path between her family's small cottage, her job at the diner, and the local library where she lost herself in stories. She dreamt of seeing the world beyond the dense curtain of trees, yet seemed perfectly content within its familiar embrace. That was Alara's contradiction, a quiet soul with a universe of dreams behind her eyes. On that final evening, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, or, in retrospect, everything did. The signs were there, small and easily missed at the time, but glaring in the harsh light of her absence. She'd worked her usual shift, movements practiced and sure. Co-workers remembered her quieter than usual, her gaze drifting to rain-streaked windows. She spoke of needing a walk, wanting to feel the cool night air on her face. No one questioned it. The night Alara vanished, the weather was a character in itself. A late autumn storm had rolled in from the coast, heavy and relentless. A steady, soaking downpour pressed on the world, muffling sound and blurring vision. It was a night for staying inside, for curling up with a book, for a warm drink. A night for anything but a walk in the woods. Inside the Vance cottage, the evening had started like any other. The family had eaten dinner together. The conversation was light and mundane. After, Alara retreated to her room. Rain on the window, the town's familiar lullaby. No one heard the back door open and close. No one saw her slip out into the deepening twilight, wearing only a light jacket. Her mother went to say goodnight. She knocked. No answer. Pushing it open, the room was empty. Unease began to creep in. A quick search confirmed she wasn't there. Her father checked the garage, his call swallowed by the rain. Panic set in. He pulled on heavy boots, a waterproof coat, grabbed a flashlight. He went into the woods, his flashlight beam frantic, then consumed by rain and trees. The night had become an adversary. The official search began before the sun even rose, a grim procession against the backdrop of the still falling rain. The local sheriff coordinated the effort with a heavy heart. Calls went out to neighboring counties. The muddy logging road was lined with police cruisers, search and rescue vans, and pickup trucks of local loggers and hunters. Men who knew these woods walked the lines. But the forest felt alien, its secrets guarded by fog and drizzle. The first few days were a blur of organized chaos and desperate hope. Teams in bright orange and bright yellow fanned out in grid patterns. They moved slowly, scanning the dense undergrowth, their voices calling out her name. Alara! Alara Vance! K9 units were brought in, but the rain had washed away any scent. The dogs circled, then stopped. Nothing. Time sands down grief, but it can also cement a mystery in place. The case of Alara Vance grew cold. Ribbons faded, headlines came and went, but in Havenwood the silence she left behind was deafening. The Vance family never moved. They kept her room as she left it, a heartbreaking time capsule of a life unlived. Her father grew older, staring into the canopy. Her mother's quilts remained unfinished. Years passed, 5 of them, then 10. Alara became a local legend, a ghost story told around campfires. It was 15 years after Alara Vance disappeared. The discovery came from a young forestry student. Her name was Maya. Deep in the forest, far from any marked trail, surveying old growth in a remote, nearly inaccessible ravine, tucked in a hollow, a small metal box, an old, rusted lunchbox, moss-covered. The lid opened with a metallic groan. Inside, wrapped in oilcloth, a small leather-bound journal. Yellowed, brittle pages. Surprisingly legible. Neat, feminine handwriting. Instantly recognizable to anyone who'd seen the old posters. It was Alara Vance's journal, not an account of final days. Something else. Observations. Sketches of plants. Cryptic, poetic entries. Dated the day before she disappeared. The script different. Hurried, frantic. No talk of running away. No fear of a person. It spoke of the woods. "The forest is singing," she wrote. "It has a name, and it's calling mine. I have to go. I have to see what's on the other side of the song. Don't be sad. It's not an end. It's a beginning." The discovery of the journal ripped the old wound wide open. The cold case was immediately reopened. The rusted lunchbox, its mysterious contents. Forensic analysis confirmed the handwriting was Alara's. The journal provided a timeline, a glimpse into her state of mind. No concrete answers. It deepened the mystery, from a potential crime to something far stranger, defying logical explanation. Detectives grappled with a message more folklore than evidence. What did she mean? The forest is singing. For the Vance family, a gift and a curse. A final message from their daughter, proof she had been alive, thinking of them. Don't be sad. A small comfort. No closure. No body to bury. No villain to blame. She had walked into the woods willingly, drawn by something inexplicable. News spread quickly. Theories grew wilder. She joined a hidden community off the grid, deep in the forest. She was lured by a local legend, a mythical spirit of the woods. People projected their fears and beliefs onto her disappearance. Less about a missing person, more about the power of the wilderness, the natural versus the supernatural. The question hangs in the damp Pacific Northwest air like eternal mist. The journal, the last word from Alara Vance, a haunting echo. It changed everything, and yet it solved nothing. Closed the door on a simple crime, opened 100 more doors. The forest kept its ultimate secret. What really happened after she stepped into the trees? Following a song that only she could hear.